Hi everybody, this is Susie. I am going to be playing with this stamp set that is available this month only. So you still have about a week or so left to still be able to get it. You can order it separately, or you can order you know, the dies and the stamps. They don't have it in a bundle, but you can buy all the parts separately. And one second, let me grab the other stamp set that goes with this. I didn't think to pull that out. Okay, so there's also this stamp set right here. And like I said, you purchase these separately, but this is more of an all-occasion set. And the dies that you can get coordinate with both sets of stamps. And as you can see, you get 2 full pages of dies, and these dies are beautiful, you guys. And you get a bunch of them. So you can get those. There's also a flocked paper that you can get, and some trinkets that you can get. But I'm going to be working with this stamp set today. Alright, so pull my card out here. So I have a card base that is cut 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and all I did was I used this trio punch to round my corners, and I just pop it in there on all 4 sides just like this with it folded, and do the corners. Alright, so and then I just rounded the corners of the front and on the inside card piece. And the front is cut 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. The inside piece is cut 5 1/2 by 4 1/8. Because this is going on the inside, so you need to trim it off just a little bit so that the card will fold correctly. Okay. And what I did is I tried to do a bunch of stuff ahead of time, so I cut out glimmer paper and the iridescent glitter paper, and I also used balmy blue, which is this color here that I also cut some of the snowflakes out with. And I just cut a bunch of those so that I could have a bunch of them cut ahead of time that I can just pull from my bag from. And as you see, I have a bunch of pieces here that I cut out. And oh my gosh, that silver glitter paper and the clear is beautiful. And the bows that I'm going to use is a retired item, but you can find tinsel ribbon any place right now, especially with the holidays. Okay, so let me get set up here. Okay, so I'm going to be using balmy blue to stamp with, and I'm going to get the piece that is the larger of the two. And I have a piece of scratch paper here that I'm going to use to stamp off with, as we're going to be doing a lot of stamping off. Okay, so in the set, the stamps that I'm going to use to do my background is this snowy dot stamp here, this one up here, and this one right here. There we go. Sorry about that. Kind of a glare on there, and that one right here. I'm going to start with the bigger background piece, which is this one. Okay, so I'm just going to ink up my stamp real good with the balmy blue, and then I'm going to stamp off one time and then come all the way to the top, and make sure you get good pressure so that you don't end up with any holes. And line it up. So I'm going to line it up just with the very edge of where I already stamped. I found that if you stamp over, it's going to make your area that you stamped over darker, and it will create a line. There, like that. And basically, it's just all on what you like, you know. Okay. And that is it for that stamp. Let me grab my little chamois here. Making sure that I turn my stamp, and you see that I'm doing like 3rd generation stamping, so I'm just, that way I get darker and lighter spots on my card, which makes it look a lot more random. And now we are going to use this little stamp right here. Has the little snowflakes on it. And again, I'm going to ink that up and stamp it off, and I'm going to do 2nd, 3rd generation, maybe 4th generation on there. And again, you want to make sure that you turn it. And even on a 3rd, even after I stamp off, you get a very light image, and just makes it look a lot more realistic. I'm going to ink up my stamp. I already used my powder tool. And I'm going to stamp that. And I'm going to do it twice. That way I make sure I get a really good impression. And when I put the stamp down, I'm not pushing really hard because I don't want to spread the words out or whatever by pushing too hard. I'm just going over it with the, you know, with just an even pressure. And there we go. And I'm going to use silver embossing powder. I think I told you that. I don't remember. Tap it off. I always give it a blow just to make sure that there aren't any strays. And I'm going to use this to pour my embossing powder back. Oh, I need to move this over. Pour it back into my jar. It's always like magic when you heat emboss. Isn't that beautiful? That is so pretty. Okay. And if you guys want to know how I make these bows, I have a short video on my page that shows how I made that. And tack that down. I put a little sticky dot on the back side of my bow so it'll hold it in place for me so it doesn't move around. And I think I want it about right here. Okay, that looks good to me. Alright, so I cut this snowflake out of the Balmy Blue. I cut this one out of the iridescent glitter. Isn't that pretty? You can catch any of the glitter on there. I'm not sure. And then the silver glimmer paper, which is absolutely gorgeous. So, what I did on here, because this snowflake is see-through, I mean, it has the holes in it, so you can see through it. So what I did was I took a small circle punch, if you can see that right back here underneath the foam dot. I took a small circle punch and punched out the clear glimmer paper and then glued that to the bottom of my snowflake and then put my foam dot on so that you couldn't see the foam square when you look at the card. And that's why I did that. I've already put foam squares on the backs of these. And I'm just going to center that and make sure that my top of my snowflake is not going over the top of my card base. Okay, and this is also one of the dies, and this could be a snowflake or it could be a flower, and I just took and popped these inner pieces up so that it would give it some 3D look. And I've already got a foam square on the back of this too. Okay, the center of the snowflake is the same shape as this flower, so I'm just going to line it up. And it doesn't matter that my foam square is showing from this piece here because my next piece is going to cover that up. Foam square. And the center of this piece is the same shape as this snowflake. So again, I'm just going to line it up as best I can. And put that in the center. And isn't that beautiful, you guys? You can see the dimension on that. That is so pretty. Okay, so now I am going to grab my card base. And it's a side folding card. So you want to make sure when you put your card base on that it is in the right position so that your opening is here. And I'm going to use some glue to glue this down, and I'm not going to do any foam underneath this piece. I've done a card with and without it having the foam there, and I thought it looked just as nice both ways. Okay, let's try that again. I gotta poke my thing again, you guys. It's wanting to be a pain. And I was using some Tonic Nouveau drops yesterday and kind of learned my lesson on squeezing too hard to try to get the plug to come out the end, because the whole top flew off of it and 3/4 of the contents went everywhere. I was cleaning glitter glue basically off of everything. It was a mess. Oh my gosh, that's way better now. Okay, take advantage of it while it's coming out of there. And I made my card front the same exact size as my card base, which I have discovered is so much easier. I struggle with getting it lined up straight and having the same distance on all 4 sides. Yes, so this is way easier for me. And I think it looks very pretty, and it's not, I don't think it's lacking anything, so. Okay, so that is that, and now we're going to put this piece on the inside, and I'm going to go ahead and use tape runner for this one. And I'm just using some snail. And I would have used the snail on the card front, but because I put it on my card after I put all of my stuff on there, it would have made it hard to get the tape on it, so that's why I didn't do that. And let's make sure I put this on the right side. My thing started to move. And I'm just going to line this up with the bottom of the card. And of course I got a little cat hair in between my layers. My cat that I have, he's, let's see, he's 7 months old. And I've never seen a cat that likes to tear up paper and stuff like that like a dog does before. Never seen that before. Anyways. Oh my goodness. He's horrible about it. If I drop anything on the floor, it seems like he's got a hold of it and tearing it to bits as soon as it hits the floor. Try to make sure this is getting clear before I start. Alright. And this is just one of the dies that I cut out the silver glimmer paper. Alright, and that is going to go right, let's get that down just a hair, right here, and this one I'm going to put, I'm going to put this one right here. And then I'm gonna put one of the white ones on that front edge there. Alright. Okay, and I have one more here that I'm gonna put on the other side. Okay, and that is our card, you guys. So this is the inside, and it gives you plenty of room to write something in here. And there is the front. Isn't that beautiful, you guys? I love this stamp set. It is so versatile and so amazing. I have literally made around 10 to 15, somewhere around in there, of the same exact card because I loved it so much. But that is our card, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.